What's going on today, Maureen? Looks like you're down at the farm. Well, yes, I'm at the farm. It's been a week since I planted out my squashes. I needed to check in on them and also to give them a little bit of water. So let's go see how things are. This garden has been in for about a week. The tomatoes up front here, they've been in for longer, which is good. They're looking okay, but you know, the slug issue. I just came and gave everything a water. These ones seem to be doing okay, but this top completely gone. This one, they didn't leave much, but I'm gonna hope that it does well. These are all the Nona tomatoes, and I believe there's about 13 in here. I'm not doing the Provenzanos or the Frangi giant pear. These ones here, it's another new tomato for me this year. These are called Ramellet, and it does originate in Spain. This is the tomato that you pick it and you hang them and they will ripen over the winter so that you can have fresh tomatoes all through the winter. So I'm really looking forward to trying this one out. These gorgeous plants here, there's 3 of them. I got those from a friend. They are butternut. So I'm really hoping they'll do well. Patty pans are doing okay. This is carnival squash from my garden. And again, at the end there, the slugs are getting to them. And we're gonna just step over. These are butternuts that I grew. That middle one right there, he's gotten a little bit of slug damage, so I did, cut them off and left it. Zucchinis, looks like they got to one of my zucchinis, so I only have 2 in there. And then this is going to be small pickings this year. Along the back there, I've got spaghetti squash because the spaghetti squash will travel quite a distance. And then I think this is a patty pan, and that over there might be another carnival. I picked up this barrage. It came from last year. I just planted it over here. So it will be a great encourager for the pollinators. Let's go look at the garlic. Of course, if you have watched some of my videos, you know very well that the garlic that I harvest isn't always the garlic that I planted the year previous. Correct. Some of this might be elephant garlic, and as you can see, it does need to be weeded, and I'm hoping to get out here to do some weeding, but I think it's actually putting itself to seed and not giving me scapes because they're just coming up. I am hoping that they are going to curl, but we're not sure. I have pulled one out that was a little thicker, but I could see that it wasn't quite ready. The potatoes that I planted back in maybe April, they are looking great. They could really use some more straw and hay just to keep building them up, but we could probably even pick some wonderful new potatoes. But this is just, I'm so grateful. This has just been so easy, so convenient. When you can have some easy gardening, it's always really great because my time right now is so pulled and it's difficult to get everything done. And so to know that these potatoes have just, shown up and they're going to provide a great crop for me this year. Lastly, let's look at what's not done. So these 2 beds, which of course where the garlic is one of the beds. I tried to put the black tarp over it just to kind of impede some of the growth, but of course it's, they're just going to push it out of the way. So I am hoping to come here, trim it all down, and then to put the landscape fabric over top of it and basically solarize it to get rid of the weeds rather than to fight them. I'm so grateful for the owner of this blueberry patch. They live way up there and they run a hose way up there and bring it all the way down here for me so that I can water. The cool thing is, because there is a high water table, I don't actually have to water much. We put these in last week when it was 29 degrees Celsius, and it's usually about 5 degrees hotter here at the farm. And so I didn't have any water with them. So this week I thought, oh, I better get down there just to see, inventory, what's alive, what's not, and give them a little bit of water. The forecast says that it's going to have some rain at the end of this week, which I'm grateful for. But, these squashes did pretty darn good for not being planted with any water. So they did pretty good. Of course, because we've got water, then we've begun the new poo-poo juice for this year. Yay! And of course, our new compost system is working very well. We've already filled this up kind of twice. I'm not ready to kind of toss it over to this side. I'm just going to leave it for now and let it do its thing. I'm going to count what I've got in this garden as a win and be pleased with it. Last year, sure, I had almost every inch of this garden planted with way more than what's here today. But because life is throwing some extra curveballs, I still have gotten some things into ground to help feed my family. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day wherever you are, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care. God bless.